This week on Coffin Fodder, hold on to your exploding heads, because we are talking scanners.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I like to dissect girls.
This is God.
We have such sights to show you.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead red.
Even in hell.
Oh, yes.
Oh, no tears, please.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Hello, welcome to Coffin Fodder, episode 8. I am your host, Mike Warby, and joining us as usual is Coffin Father Kyle Mickelborough.
That's me.
And Coffin Cousin Brady Silger.
Hello.
Hey, he brought it back. He's bringing sexy back. He's bringing something back.
Nothing
Anyway.
ever left.
And this week we are talking David Cronenberg scanners. And if you heard that fart noise, it's because Kyle loves this movie, but he happened to fart while I was talking. So Scanners is David Cronenberg's 1981 movie. It follows a man named Cameron Vale. He is one of the titular scanners, and he discovers this and gets recruited by a secret agency, and then ends up having to fight another scanner and or many other scanners, and that's the basic idea of the movie.
Starring Stephen Lack, by the way, who we all know and love.
First note, and I made this, I had this joke almost every time I've watched this movie because his last name is Lack, and boy does he lack.
Yeah, when Michael Ironside is your best actor in your movie, and the dude looks like he was having hands-free orgasms the whole time, you've got issues. I'm pretty sure you just wanted us to watch softcore porn.
Yeah, a little
most
bit.
of what's happening in this movie looks like people having orgasms. It opens with an old woman having an orgasm. I'm sure that's what was happening. Because nothing else was explained. It just jumps into it. Anyway.
It blows
I
your
digress.
mind.
It blew somebody's mind, yeah.
Sounds like it blew something for Kyle.
It blew up my ass right into the toilet is what it did.
Well, since you already mentioned it, yeah, that's the start of the movie is in the mall, the most 80s mall in human history.
He's lighting a cigarette in the mall, too.
Yeah.
I had that as a note too. I was like, God damn, man.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know about the good old days. Good old days for Brady, baby.
It was the days.
Yes.
The days.
Yeah, so the movie opens up with Cameron Vale. He is... Oh my god, there's so many things to make fun of in this movie. Okay, the only difference between Cameron Vale as a homeless person and Cameron Vale as a regular person, he's like a toque.
Yeah.
He's got the toque at the beginning.
It looks the same.
Otherwise, he's just wearing all the same clothes.
It is. It's the same trench coat, right?
Yes, it is. It absolutely is. Anyway, so Cameron Vale is in the mall, and he's a homeless person, some sort of troubled homeless person. We don't really get any background in his life, but there are some women talking shit about him. A couple of Karens, I believe, is what we'd call them today, are talking shit about him in the food court. As he tries to steal old food that people didn't eat or whatever, which I mean, I'm not worried about it. Just leave him alone. Just leave the fucking guy alone. Anyway,
If they didn't talk shit, he wouldn't blow her head up.
yeah. So that would be the inciting incident, which is weird that the movie opens with the inciting incident.
opens,
Within the first 3 minutes, we have the inciting
Yeah,
incident.
it really jumps into it, and then kind of does nothing after that. Mind you, it didn't do much before that. It kind of just goes for it.
Yeah. You
But it
get
wasn't-
all the good stuff in the beginning. And
Anyway, yeah. So he overhears her and gets sort of upset, and then because of his emotions kind of running amok, he makes her have a seizure with his scanning powers.
Oh, that's what that was.
Well, I mean, I've seen the movie. I don't know if I remember. The first time I watched this movie, actually, my dad rented this back when you rented tapes.
Right.
And told me and my brother we had to see it because it's amazing or whatever. Because he'd seen it obviously in the 80s when it first came out, and
I should maybe
it blew his mind, so to speak.
And I should maybe clarify. This was my first time seeing it. Now in 2025, clearly it's dated, and I have extreme issues with that, and that's more of a me problem than the movie problem. But the movie still sucked. I still didn't like it, but it is very old. meant. That
Yes.
rubs me the wrong way, so to speak.
But me and my brother thought it was quite boring for the first little bit until the thing
It
happens.
gets better, yeah, marginally.
Yeah. So that's the start of the movie, and then there happens to be what's that organization called? Consec? Yeah, Consec.
Yeah.
Consec agents happen to be there, which is very convenient.
But we don't know what that is yet.
No.
We don't know why.
There are people who are looking for scanners.
We got Trank.
They are like the scanner regulation agency and or the people who
Anti-scanner corp.
yeah, the people who create scanners and or also
Train them.
regulate them in some way.
Yeah.
Loosely defined organization. Anyway, they see him and clearly know why did he have to be so obvious about the scanning all the time?
Right?
It's like, bro, stop touching your head.
Quit doing that.
It's like, it reminded me of that Casino Royale scene at the beginning where James Bond is like, stop touching your ear.
Yeah.
Stop touching your
Stop
ear.
doing that motion.
Yeah, because you're being a big heat bag.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, the Consec agents notice that Vale is using scanning powers, and then they chase him down and trank him.
Yeah.
And that
It's
is...
a very tense, very action-filled chase scene.
It is so funny. Him jumping from one escalator to the
That's
other.
the part I was like...
And...
That's when I wanted to turn it off, by the way. That's about right is where I got when I was like, you know what, I don't want to watch this.
And they're like, these highly trained agents are like, damn it!
Got away!
Damn it! He's outsmarted us again! And you're like, but you guys could just do the same thing. You know? Like,
You can do that.
you could also just jump to the other escalator.
Also, you have guns. Just you shoot them with the dart from there, dummies.
Yeah.
They don't reach. I can't shoot them.
Of course.
Yeah, it's... Anyway, yes, this is a very, very corny, very cheesy 80s movie. And you can see that David Cronenberg has not fully come into his own yet. Actually, weirdly enough, he made... I don't know if you guys have seen The Brood, but he made The Brood before Scanners, and The Brood is a way better movie.
I thought they came out after.
No, The Brood is 79, and this is 81.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I picked the wrong movie. Shit.
Fuck off.
Are you...
I did pick the wrong movie.
Fuck off. Don't say that.
No, I didn't pick the wrong movie. I picked Scanners for a
I'm
reason.
not watching the other one.
Well, The Brood, I mean, The Brood is quite a lot better. The Brood follows a woman whose hatred and like all her negative emotions start to give birth to children,
Okay.
and then all the children act out the impulses that she doesn't have the courage to do.
Interesting.
They're kind of remaking that with the Australian film Talk to Me. Like they're doing a similar concept with this new movie.
Oh, the Bring Her Back or whatever?
Yeah, that's kind of a similar thing, but instead of children being born, it's she creates children out of dead bodies or something.
Sounds good on paper, but so did Scanners.
Yes. Anyways, Vale is recruited by Consec, which is, yeah, sort of like the Scanner Underground. He meets Dr. Ruth, who is who's sort of the creator and the guy who runs Consec. And he explains that all of, like, Vale's troubles in his life, presumably what led him to being, like, this disturbed homeless man, were caused by his ability to scan and all the complications that caused his life. Of course, we don't see any of that. We just...
No, it's just sort of said.
Yeah, he's like, all of your problems you've ever had. I'm like, such as?
I was going to say it was exposition dumped on us, but really it was just one sentence. So it really wasn't dumped. It was just quickly summarized, and then they move on real fast.
Yeah, the problem with that though is I think it would have been better to spend more time with Vale before he finds out.
It would have been better if they spent more time doing anything. Period. Except for what they did. And that's actually something, just to jump right into this, there were so many scenes, and I feel like a lot of old movies do it, where it's just like it's a scene to shoot a scene. It's just meaningless. It's not setting anything up. There was one part later in the movie where it hones in on a bunch of cops ushering some people around, and it spends 15 to 20 seconds doing that before it gets into why the scene is actually playing out. And it's like, quit wasting my time, you guys. Just do something with the fucking movie.
I think it's safe to say. 10 out of 10.
Wait till the end for my rating.
10 out of 10. 10 McGee's out of 10 or whatever scale it is that we're using. That's the basic setup, and then Dr. Ruth is, he's a pivotal character who is going to be important for the rest of the movie, but he doesn't really do anything at this point except he basically tests his scanning ability by bringing people into the oh my god.
This is setting up the rest of the movie.
Yes, of course.
This is
but him bringing the people into the room, and then you just watch Vale fucking twitching on the fucking bed. Why won't they shut up?
He brings a monk, like a Buddhist monk in, or like a Shaolin monk into.
That's later.
Is it?
Yeah, that's later.
That is later, yeah.
Yeah, so that's the main that's the confirmation. We already know that he's a scanner because we saw him. Well, Kyle didn't know, but with me and Brady knew.
Kyle scanned through it. He didn't even watch it.
No, I watched it. I knew he was a scanner right from the beginning.
Right. In any case, so we see Vale become overwhelmed by the people in the room just because he can hear all of their thoughts and they're all in this tiny condensed space. Mm-hmm. And that's how Dr. Ruth knows for sure that he's a scanner. Yeah. Anyway, jumping ahead to like probably the most famous thing in this movie and the next pivotal event would be the introduction of Revik, the villain played by Michael Ironside.
Yeah, which does actually kind of ground the film a little bit.
Because it gives,
he's pretty good as a villain.
Michael Ironside is like he's a worker's actor. Mm-hmm. Like he's a workman. I don't know I can't think of what you're going. But he's a working man's actor. He's not like he's never gonna blow your fucking.
Mm-mm. He always minds.
Yeah, he's not. Yes,
he always
unless you happen to be part of this particular experiment, then he might blow your mind. So. Consec is elsewhere. Consec is putting on a demonstration because Consec has just very recently made the public announcement that scanners exist, and they're trying to. I don't know. It's not clear. I don't know. It doesn't really. It's not really well explained early on in the movie what Consec's goal is.
Nor later.
It seems to be they're attached to some sort of military applications, and so I guess the idea is that they want to turn scanners into like super weapons of some kind.
Like what I thought was like how police have police scanners, which why they call them scanners because they hear radio frequencies about people, and they probably want to use that to infiltrate like military bases.
Well, yeah,
whatever various military applications you could use these people for.
Soldiers is kind of what they're being trained for. Yeah, but none of that stuff is really important to the movie.
No,
that's an extremely important backstory.
Yeah, not all that much. That's it. But so anyway, so they're putting on this demonstration, and they have one of their scanners there to demonstrate, and they ask for a volunteer to show what the scanner can do. But as it turns out, the volunteer is Revik, who is the villain of the movie. And Revik, we know what we're talking about. He blows the guy's fucking head out.
Yeah,
it's one of the most legendary horror scenes.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like the first time a human head's exploded.
See, that's what I figured where a lot of the love for this movie came from. Like, is it a classic or a cult classic?
It's a cult classic for sure.
Yeah.
It's the practical effect is the biggest thing that people like about it.
For sure, and I respect it for that. It is cool, and especially when you look at it in its time period, it's a pretty cool movie. It's doing some cool stuff.
So yeah, Revik is introduced as the villain. He makes an explosive entrance in any case. He blows this fucking guy's head up in front of everybody. And it's pretty gnarly, and that's when me and my brother started paying attention to this movie when we were kids.
That's about where I said, okay, I won't turn it off.
Yeah, I was like, this suddenly got a lot more interesting.
And just to make a point about that, the special effects did continue to impress. Honestly.
I think,
really fucking good.
Particularly in the scan off at the end. I think
that's the part I was
the practical effects. Yeah. That's what I've always referred to it as is the scan off or whatever.
Scan off.
Scan off.
Yeah, sure. Whatever works.
It's good.
Yeah.
I was impressed.
I guess the problem is all the stuff that comes between those two scenes.
The movie could have been that.
Because there's
just those two scenes.
There's not enough. Yeah, there's not enough scanning being exciting. Mm-hmm. A lot of the scanning is kind of boring. It's people like listening to each other's thoughts and testing their abilities and this and that.
And it's go ahead.
Yeah, I mean there are moments of action. It's not a total slog, but I can see why you struggled with it.
It is a slog though, right?
It can be. Yeah. It definitely has sloggy. It's what you would call the problem, like a soggy middle. The soggy middle problem.
I feel like I see it anytime I watch older movies where maybe just pacing was different back then, and that was kind of just a thing at the time. Whereas now we're all such, short attention span, ADHD kiddos, and we need that fast hit. But it moved slow.
It does. It needs, and you can tell that David Cronenberg is still kind of new to this. Mm-hmm. This is his first successful movie.
Oh, okay.
Amazingly enough, even though it's one, I could see it. I would agree with you that it's one of his weaker movies, but it actually had this is a Canadian film. I don't know. I'm sure you knew that.
Yeah, it's
because David Cronenberg's Canadian.
Mm-hmm. It was filmed in Montreal and Vancouver.
Cool.
So if you notice, sometimes some of the actors, it looks like they're dubbed. It's because they were French.
Oh, that makes sense. There was one guy about in the middle of the movie that I thought, what the fuck is going on with this guy's lips and mouth?
Because he knew a bunch of people, like friends and family, that he had on the set.
And no one could
can't believe they didn't recast Stephen Lack, man. I'm like, did they sign this guy? Did they sign his contract day one?
He's a handsome enough dude.
That's what
He's got the eyes, and they use the eyes for the film, and I think
I haven't seen the sequels, but I think he might be in the sequels.
Oh!
There's two more.
I know
there's three, actually. There's Scanners 2, Scanners 3, and then Scanner Cop.
Oh my god.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, Scanner Cop is also a Scanners movie.
I thought it was a totally different film.
I'm pretty sure it is. Anyway, the next pivotal thing that happens after that's the villain introduction. The next pivotal thing that happens is Vale goes to see. How does he know about the artist?
He scans someone's mind and they tell her.
Because that's what it is. He sees her, the girl who eventually comes back later, and that's where he gleans that information about the artist, and then he goes to his art exhibit. So he ends up, he meets the character, who was this? Kim Obrist, as played by Jennifer O'Neill.
Of course.
Which is one of the strangest things about this movie. She's top billed. She's the top billed actor.
Really? Who is she?
Exactly. No,
I understand.
I assume she has some kind of experience, like that. She's the most accomplished actor in this film at that time. But I just thought it was so strange because the focus of the movie is so much Vale and Revik.
Yeah. Where it's like, why is she top billed?
But she is the top billed.
She's got a lot of 70s movies.
That must be why. She must have been a name at that time period. Aside from this movie, I'm completely unfamiliar with her. I just find it so strange.
Well, she is quite billed, if you get my drift.
Boo! If I had scanner powers, Brady, your fucking head would be painting these walls. Braid scan. Vale ends up going to this art exhibit, and that's the first. If you're a Cronenberg fan, that's the first indication that you're watching a Cronenberg movie, because his art is such a Cronenberg thing. Like the way it's designed.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Cronenberg?
No, I was just gonna say, I don't know enough about it to have caught that.
Cronenberg's whole thing that he's known for is body horror.
Okay.
The Fly is a good example.
Making really weird, twisted shit, and almost all that guy's art is weird fucking body horror.
I actually
shit.
thought it stood out enough that I thought, hey, that's pretty cool shit. It made me think about it.
I would not be surprised at all if David Cronenberg,
part in it.
he somehow advised the artist or was involved in making the art or whatever, because it looks like if you went to Cronenberg's house, it looked like this is what I would expect.
That's where the dude lives.
That's what I would expect to see at David Cronenberg's house.
I thought the same thing.
It's just a bunch of weird, really weird art, because that's what Cronenberg is known for. I don't know, you guys watch Rick and Morty, right?
Yeah.
You may recall that the fucked up mutants in episode 5 of the first season are referred to as Cronenbergs.
Yeah.
And if you don't know who David Cronenberg is, that joke's going to go way over your head.
Totally.
But that's why, because they're all just fucked up body horror monsters.
Awesome. Yeah.
So that's
That's awesome.
That's probably the quickest shorthand for people who are not familiar with Cronenberg's work.
No, I'm glad I watched this movie.
Yeah. So it gives you a slight, just slight lens into the world. But yeah, he scans the artist as well. Realizes that he is a scanner. the lady, Kim Obrist, is also at this art exhibit.
Yep.
And that's their second run-in now.
They have a little scan flirt off.
Yes. It is clear that they are both scanners, and then also that the artist is a scanner.
Mm-hmm.
And he interrogates, I believe,
Yes.
somebody. He tries to get the information from somebody
Yeah, and
of where to find this artist so he can speak to him properly. Oh, wait. That's what it is. He finds out about the artist, but when he comes there, the artist isn't there. It's the curator. It's like the museum curator guy. And he won't tell him.
That's right.
He's a part of my deal with this guy is I don't tell anybody who he is or where he is or whatever.
Right, and he forces him to give it up.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he scans the information, and that takes him to the barn where this guy builds all his art or whatever. So that's the next pivotal scene is he meets the artist.
Yeah.
And then
leads him to. It gives him something.
Well, that's how he ends up finding the girl. He goes to the artist's place and kind of starts talking to the artist, and the artist explains like. This is like my vision. These are like my visions of the world, and
is this where
what my powers have like done to me or whatever.
Yeah, and like how his art helped
But
him stay safe.
Revik's assassins show up.
That's right. Yeah.
Because Revik is trying to kill any scanner who won't join him, so that there's no resistance essentially for him and his
right.
group.
And that's what I was going to say. I think is it from the artist we learn about the two different groups of scanners, where there's the scanners that are living, and then Revik trying to build his army.
There's actually three.
Oh, is there
3 scanner groups? Because what's her name? Kim Obrist or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Her group is a different group than Konsak.
Okay.
Jenny O'Neill.
Those are like the rebel, the ones who don't want to be part of
That's
either
what I mean.
organization.
Yeah.
So those are
ripping off Star Wars.
yes. Precisely. Can I let me show you Cameron Vale when he's upset.
Yes.
I am upset.
Yes.
And then now he's sad. This is awful.
Yeah.
Like
That's it.
Essentially, that's what it is.
I can't believe how bad he is. Fuck, he's awful, man. I don't know what kind of dirt this guy had on Cronenberg, man.
I think it's just the time. There was like who.
Like he's not the he like you said, he's handsome.
Yeah.
That's the appeal, obviously. He's a handsome guy, but he's got no charisma. He's got no acting ability.
No charisma, right? Because even though like he's good looking and can act, but he doesn't draw you in at any point.
Like I've seen Tara Reid outact this dude, man. I've seen all
pushing it.
I've seen all kinds of like some of the most legendarily bad actors.
Yeah. I've done better.
Make this guy look like he's awful.
Yeah.
Anyway, so they're at this barn or whatever where the guy does the art, and Vrevik's guys attack. They end up killing the artist, and what's his name? Vale kind of loses his shit and blows them all away into presumably killing them. I'm not sure if he killed them or not because it's hard to tell that they kind of just blasted into like the art. And I'm like, I don't know if they're knocked out or dead. Doesn't really matter because they don't come back in the movie, I guess. But that's a demonstration of Vale's power. We've seen him cause the seizure earlier on, but now we can see that he has a lot more substantial power than we've seen so far. And then that is where he learns about the sort of the rebel group.
Just the rebels.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they're not. He scan. Yeah, he's as the artist lays dying.
Yeah.
He like kind of transfers his thoughts into. He can't speak anymore, but he speaks through his mind to Vale, and kind of tells him this is who you should look for, and it's the same girl that he's seen previously at the art exhibit, most notably. So now Vale's going there, and Dr. Ruth is using Vale as a proxy to try and find more scanners, because they don't have any scanners anymore.
No.
Even though they're the ones who created the scanners, they don't actually have any scanners anymore.
And they kind of talk like they have to breed them, right?
Yeah.
They're made from birth.
The printers need the scanners.
That's because you mentioned that actually the birth control thing. That's real.
What they
not that they made scanners.
Yeah.
Not that birth control caused scanners, because that didn't really happen.
No.
But this was inspired by a real story. There was this type of birth control. I can't recall what it's called.
Yeah.
And it caused birth defects,
Oh.
and that was happening during that time period.
Yeah.
Oh.
fuck's sake.
Also, Dr. Ruth was a sex person on TV.
Yes, true.
Yeah,
True.
It made me laugh every time I heard Dr. Ruth.
That's why that sounded so familiar. The Sunday Night Sex Show or whatever,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. That's why. If you're not in Canada, I don't think you would know what that is. I think that's just a Canada only
Is it?
thing.
I thought it was in the U.S.
Oh, maybe it is.
Here, I think we got it like late night after our when Canadian television was
That was
over.
that was the
Like,
television after dark.
Before the infomercials came on, but just before.
If you and your friends wanted to snicker to something while
There
you
was
were
that.
after a party or whatever, or while you smoked weed or whatever.
Yeah. Watched an old lady put a condom on a banana.
Yes, indeed. So yeah, Vale, who is working for Dr. Ruth, is going to meet up with Kim.
Yeah.
And Kim doesn't really know who he is,
Right.
but I believe she suspects that he is also a scanner because of their.
Because of the art.
What happened at the art?
I think
Yeah.
they know at that point, or maybe they're about to know. But yeah, they understand there's something going on there.
So yeah, he goes to her organization. Of course, Revik's guys now attack her organization
Blast
also.
those fucking hippies.
Yeah,
Boom.
yeah. You quickly see that Revik's clearly his many assassins. Many assassins.
Multiple.
They
More
all-
than one.
They also all have the same shotgun.
I know, that's the shotgun fest of pellets hitting people.
Yo, dude, the by far the stupidest thing in this movie. Well, it's
I hope it's what you
maybe
think.
a reach,
Yeah.
because there's some very silly things in
The
this movie.
shotgunning.
But I believe 3 different times in this movie, they have someone dead to rights who's not looking at them, and then they cock the gun,
Yeah.
and then the scanner turns around and goes,
Yeah.
and you're like, man, aren't you guys trained?
Mm-hmm. They're
Who,
supposed to be highly
who cocks the fucking gun? Right, like, you know,
telepathic with soldiers.
the assassins are scanners
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
If they were just hired assassins off the street,
Maybe.
that would make sense. Because like you guys don't know how scanners work, so you could be forgiven for making this very stupid mistake over and over again.
Yeah.
But you guys are scanners, and a gun cocking noise is very noticeable. So you can't like 3 different times they have them dead to fucking rights, and then someone cocks a fucking gun, and then they turn around and go wow wow
Right, yeah.
wow.
And I didn't really care enough to mention it at the time, but when the artist dies, right, because they go in and his assassins come back and attack Vale and the artist, and the artist gets shot 3 or 4 or 5 times with some buckshot, and he's just spinning around, flopping around his laboratory, ducking behind. He's just full of lead at this point. And
He's like a
diving.
fish out of water.
Yeah, he's
Flopping
just
and
flopping
running around.
getting pumped full of lead.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun time. In between this is the part where Revik's guys end up killing those cops. Is that right?
Yeah, that's
Oh, because they break. That's what it is. He gets taken into custody. Revik gets taken into custody after what he does at the mall. But he escapes from custody with the help of his assassin guys. And I noticed one of the funniest things you see in old movies all the time is like a car gets bumps into a wall and just fucking explodes. And that happened twice in this movie. That's one of them. That's one of them. That's the scene where Revik. I couldn't remember what the context was of that, but that's what's going on in that scene.
Yeah.
In between, we see Revik escape from custody with the help of his followers, and then that's actually a good scene too. When he makes the cop kill all the other cops, and then makes him shoot himself.
That's pretty cool.
That was actually a really good.
That's kind of a cool scene. I'll give him that one. That's kind of a cool scene. But every time I see a car explode like that in an old movie, it's just bumps into a brick wall, and it's kaboom! And you're like, okay then, if you say so.
There's another awesome explosion later on that has no explanation.
That is
At that point, I was just like, what?
such a pivotal weird old movie thing.
Yeah.
Revik's guys were attacking Kim and her little follower group, all her little Buddhist buddies or whatever it is that they're doing.
But Kim and Vale.
Yes, Kim and Vale escape with a few other survivors who are quickly. I don't even know why they survived because they're just quickly.
Just to survive.
Because they're in the next chase scene
dead right
where
away.
I'm sure there's another car explosion
Just to
that
add
shouldn't
to
have
the
happened. That's where they all get picked off, and then it's basically from this point on, it's just the 4 main characters. Oh, and the trader guy. The trader guy also.
There's more than the 4, right? There's
it
comes down to basically it's Vale, Revok, Kim,
Lawrence Dane as Brandon Keller. He's the trader guy.
Yes.
So actually 5. There's 5 pivotal characters left. Everybody else is pretty much dead. All the chafe is taken out.
And now we hurtle into the exciting conclusion of...
Yes. So Dr. Ruth has a guy named Keller who works for him. And Keller is secretly a double agent for Revok.
Yeah.
And he's feeding information to Revok from inside Consec. Probably why Consec keeps fucking up like everything so bad.
I think it's revealed right around there. I might be jumping ahead.
They
Consec and the bio.
They show that Keller is part of Consec, and then about 5 or 10 minutes later, you see him meeting with Revok,
right,
and feeding Revok information, and that's kind of why Revok always knows what's going on.
Exactly.
It's because Keller is.
You can always see
feeding
Revok off screen too. Like his face is always off screen when he's talking to him. Like the trader is always talking to him off screen. It's
very morally murky because Revok is the villain, but he wouldn't exist if he wasn't created by Dr. Paul Ruth.
Yeah, he was the first scanner, right? Yeah.
Him and Vale are the first 2 scanners.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're right. I think he's the older brother, though.
Yeah.
I think you're right. He's the older brother.
He takes the ice pick or whatever and starts trying to lobotomize himself.
It's a drill actually.
It's a drill. Thank you. Yeah.
And that's another thing that's real actually is people do that in real life. I can't remember what it's called, but the idea behind it is that it relieves the pressure on your brain. By poking a hole in the skull, it relieves the pressure on your brain.
I'm pretty sure they do it tons in medical instances where it's necessary as well.
There's a movie called Pi, the Darren Aronofsky movie. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but he does that at the end of that movie.
The only thing I can think of, not really lobotomization, but sucker punch. Where they take the
that's
lobotomization.
That's literally a lobotomy.
Okay.
Yes, with the ice pick through the nose and stuff. That is literally a lobotomy.
Just for the kids listening, if you get a headache, you can drill a hole in your head and it will fix it.
Perfect. Especially if Kyle's kids are here.
Not those ones.
Vale. From this point on, Vale infiltrates. And we don't even know.
We don't know why.
We don't even know.
He's just in.
We don't even know how we don't know how or why.
Where did he get a suit? How did he infiltrate?
Somehow,
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, somehow we see Revok working at his little factory or whatever, and then one of the people turns around in the radioactive suits or whatever, and it's Vale, and it's like dun dun dun, and they have no security at this fucking place.
No, it's a top secret.
It's literally, and they just it's like so anybody who works there could just go into any place and nobody regulating
there. You just have to get a hazmat and walk in.
Nobody's regulating anything because Vale is observing that. He's trying to figure out what their goal is, I guess, for on behalf of himself as a scanner and Kim as his love interest, and then also Dr. Ruth, who is kind of recruiting him.
They're definitely not OSHA certified.
Nope. No, they wouldn't be.
So yeah, he's observing them, and then he goes upstairs and just gleans some random information by typing
blah 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 blah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how a homeless guy would know how to fucking
because he's smart as hell. He's absorbed
use programming code and shit, but
he typed in the Contra code.
Yeah. It's very strange. Anyway, he manages to gain the information that basically tells him what Revok's plan is, I believe. And Revok's plan is to basically create a group of scanners, create more scanners. Exactly. He wants his super soldier army of scanners
because he's angry.
So that he can basically take over society.
Why is he angry? Because he's the bad guy.
Yes.
Why is he the bad guy? Because he's the bad guy.
Yeah, I suppose.
Don't ask questions, goddammit.
I suppose he doesn't really explain. Oh, I guess it's the mental patient backstory thing. I guess that's meant to be his motivation.
Yeah, pretty much summed it up as his motivation is they needed a bad guy.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth created. That's where I don't know if that's already happened in the movie. It doesn't really matter.
A lot of that doesn't come right up until the end.
Yeah, so we find out that Revok and Vale are brothers, and they're Dr. Ruth's kids.
Yeah.
And they were the first. they were the first two scanners, and that's why they're the most powerful.
Right, and they were given, I think, 2 doses, he says. One in the womb or something, and one shortly after.
And they explain that the longer you have these abilities, the stronger they get. Right, so that's why they're the 2 strongest.
And they're like the 2 OGs. Yeah.
I read a funny comment online while I was looking up this movie that like the Rev's character is literally just Jeff Bezos trying to create an army of soldiers. Trying to make his monopoly.
Yeah, I could see it.
Oh man.
You missed something pivotal?
No, just a note that I had that I kept fantasizing about throughout this movie is every time they have the turn off your brain drug.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my god, what a beautiful fucking world.
Yeah. I think they have some of those out there.
Oh my god, they just keep
oh shit.
And that's actually what it is.
Turns off your brain pretty quick.
That's actually what that drug is, it turns out, is that birth control.
Really?
Yeah, and that's why it only works for them. Dang. Because there's
Oh yeah, the strength thing. Yeah. It suppresses their powers.
Yeah. Well, no, it basically turns their brain off. Yeah. I mean, to a certain extent, it does. It suppresses them, it calms them down.
And it's also what.
Yeah. So anyway, but man, was I fantasizing about that fucking turn off your brain drug. I mean, some might say we all have our turn off our brain drugs. But I was really fantasizing about having a brain turn off drug, but especially one that doesn't have long-term negative effects on your health.
Yeah, or immediate consequences.
We're Canadians. We don't have problems.
No, we'll be alright. Anyway, I guess that's most of that's most of the pivotal plot of this movie, right? And then we're basically just barreling towards the scan off at the end.
Pretty much, which is easily the coolest part.
Yeah.
I won't set it up.
I mean, Revik kills Dr. Ruth, I believe, before we get to the end, and Vale, I believe, causes the death of the trader guy. Keller. Yes. So those are those scenes happen in between.
But yeah, you can't miss. So trader guy dies, but we can't skip the explosion part because it's Vale he can scan computers too. Remember, because computers also have nervous systems, just like Vale does.
If you say so.
Dr. Ruth says, I don't remember that.
It's in there, Dr.
Yeah, it is.
You can scan the computer.
He scans it through. He dial-up scans it.
Picks up the phone.
And then the phone's like melting and smoking after.
He scans into their highly secure computer network. Causes a short, and then of course the telephone booth fucking explodes because that's what they all do.
You're right. That doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense.
Explosion after
because
explosion.
I don't understand. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
I understand the need for the climax and the excitement. Telephone booths. Come on.
What's explosive? What's explosive in a telephone?
The change coming out, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
That there is some very loose, dumb science that doesn't make any fucking sense.
It doesn't have to make sense, but I mean, at least watch what you just did first before you release it in your movie.
That reminds me of.
Does that look normal, or does it look fucking stupid?
But yeah, that's
scan off.
Yes, Keller is dead because he ends up. Something happens with him and Vale in the fucking. Gosh. In Revik's organization, I think.
Well, he dies
because he ends up. Oh no, it's in Consec. It's at Consec.
Dies in the explosion from the telephone scan. That's why I jumped back to that.
Right.
Because he burns him because the telephone's exploded.
In any case, that takes Keller and Dr. Ruth out of because that's part of Revik's revenge is to kill his dad because his dad created him and blah blah blah. And don't we all feel that way sometimes?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Murder the people who created us. Yes, you brought me into this miserable world.
I didn't ask for this, goddammit.
Yeah. Anyway, scan off is where we're at now.
Yeah. And it is the best part.
Hands down. See, at least they nail that.
Yeah,
the ending is by far the coolest part of the movie.
Yeah.
I'd say other than the head exploding, like the first.
I do like the head explode. The scan off.
But the scan off is really good.
Because it's longer.
It's long, but it gets like the dude's bodies are.
And it's the body horror. Yes, it's the body horror.
Fucking exploding. The guy's eyeballs fucking pop, and and his chest is like leaking from him.
Yeah.
Right, like this.
That's the thing, is
sweet.
the thing you notice the most, because they kind of make it look like it's tit for tat.
Mm-hmm.
Once you've seen this movie and you know what happens at the end, you know that Vale's going to take his body or whatever.
Yeah.
Then after you know that that's the end of the movie, you notice very clearly that Revit causes way more damage to Vale's body than vice versa.
Yeah.
Because Vale, and I guess I don't know if that was Vale's plan from the start.
Well,
because it's not really explained.
It's like, so I guess if you really want to get into it, it's like no other scanner has body jumped before, so you could see it as he was so powerful with his scanning abilities that he was shredding his own body, but also had the ability to then jump into a different body.
Right.
So it does
What
show him as being the most powerful scanner.
What I mean by that though is, was that his plan before this started, or was he being beaten so badly that he decided to focus his energy on jumping into his brother's body instead?
And I don't know if there's any way to decide that without just assuming.
It's just wild speculation.
Yeah.
But I guess before I forgot to mention this because it has the classic villain cliche. You know, we're not so different, you and I. You could join me.
Yeah.
The dark side.
Yes, it's literally the most cliched villain thing in the world.
Done and done and done again.
Oh, hundreds of times.
Even before this movie in 1991.
And certainly since.
Certainly since.
You know, we're not so different, you and I. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
This again.
And since we're kind of getting close to where we talk about our opinions, like this movie has some cool concepts. I think a lot of the reason I dislike it is probably because it's 1981 and there's been so many movies like this since then with similar telepathy ideas and all kind of like superpowers, all these kind of like this
Firestar is one of them.
Right, I mean, and even more recently, but this movie literally has been done in its bread and butter form so many times. So to go back and watch
way better,
essentially an inferior
This
version,
is probably the first psychic people fighting psychic people kind of movie, right?
And when you look at it with that lens.
So I think that's where its impact comes from.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right that since then, there's been so many movies that have done it and done it better.
Right, and that's exactly it. I've seen it 100 times, and I've seen it done well. It'd be cool to see maybe this movie updated in a nice way, but also that like
Scanners would be a great movie for a remake.
It'd be such a good one to do a remake of because it is a good movie. I just have troubles with its age. I think more than anything else.
No,
I
think there are some legitimate like we were talking about before we started recording. When you watch a great movie that's old, the pacing doesn't really bother you that much because it's a great movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I guess so.
But Scanners, it doesn't work as well as it could. No. It's not like The Thing or The Shining or Psycho or Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
And so when you put those in the equation as well, it's like it's really hard to justify something like this as being trend-setting and new when all those movies, which are arguably timeless classics that will never go out of style, like those are big movies. The Thing is one of my all-time favorites, and I mean it would shit all over something like this, and it would.
So it can be done. That's the point.
It can be done. It's
even
not
during
just the age.
Yeah,
it's just not a great movie either.
No, I've seen. I think this is the third or fourth time I've seen Scanners, and I've never thought it was a great movie. It's more of a curiosity.
Yeah, and I appreciate what it's done.
I think if you're a Cronenberg fan, it's something you need to watch.
That's
the only reason you need to watch it because
that would be it. Like, as I said, a curiosity is how I would think of it. Like, it's a movie to watch just to kind of.
It's very macabre.
Just to watch it.
Yeah.
Just if you're curious where some of where Cronenberg got his start. Yeah. If you're a Cronenberg fan, and then also if you're if you just want to see it is a hallmark of horror.
I think that's a great way of putting it. As people who enjoy horror, I think it is definitely worth watching. You can see its foundation, or the foundation it's built for the people that have come after it. It is definitely relevant, and so I would say, watch it. Just don't go into it expecting a whole heck of a lot. Know what you're watching. It's going to be something.
I think probably the thing that most people would find interesting about it is that, well, the origin of that GIF.
Nice use of the word.
I love progenitor, but no, it's the origin of that GIF, the head explode GIF.
Oh, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
so
Which that like if you ever spent time on internet forums,
it's everywhere.
that was a very common GIF that people would use as like my mind was blown, right?
Yeah. And it is a good head explode.
For those of you who are young, internet forums is what we did before there was Facebook and stuff.
Yeah, that's where we used to find our.
And for you kids that don't know what Facebook is, whatever kids do nowadays, TikTok. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Let's TikTok about it.
That's not.
TikTok.
We're gonna go into Kyle already gave some of his final thoughts. I'll go to Brady first though, because this is a Brady pick. A very Brady movie, some might say.
Very.
So final thoughts, Mr. Silger.
Not my favorite movie of all time. It's definitely not Stay Alive, but it has some good parts to it.
Yeah.
Cronenberg has way better movies.
Way better.
Maybe like a 3.5 out of 10 because I enjoyed it, but also
Out of 10, really?
Yeah.
And why the fuck did you pick it?
Brain scanners.
No, say it's a 3.5 out of 5 or I'll hate you.
3.5 out of 6.
Perfect. No, I can see why you picked it, and honestly, I do appreciate that you picked it. I think these are movies that are still worth watching, even though I shat all over your pick. But yeah, by all means, carry on.
You shat all over like 3 of my picks.
Because your picks suck.
You said you liked Brain Scan.
I actually think
Brain Scan was good.
I think Brain Scan's a better movie than this.
I do too.
Yeah.
I
Overall.
enjoyed Brain Scan. Yeah.
It's no Stay Alive, which I know you guys hate. I'm gonna stop bringing up Stay Alive, but it's a decent movie. It's worth a watch. That's the one thing I will say is people do need to watch.
I agree.
That's what that's how I feel about it. But before I give my final thoughts, Kyle, anything else you want to add?
Well, just a little bit. Just to say yes, even though I'm doing a lot of trash talking, it is a movie that is worthy of being watched.
For horror fans in particular.
Yeah, it is something to watch. I will never watch it again, but I am happy I did watch it. For my rating, I'll give it several exploding telephones out of several.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's very clear.
Yeah.
For my part, I have kind of a history with this movie. This is the third or fourth time I watched it.
That's too bad.
I like it. Well, because I watched it once as a kid.
Yeah.
And then I kind of had that memory.
Right.
So as an adult, I kind of went back to it to see.
Back into it.
And then kind of was like, oh, this movie's not nearly as good as I remember it being. I just remember the two cool parts.
Mm-hmm.
The head explosion and the scan off. And then, so this is either the third or fourth. Doesn't really matter which. But it's probably... It's one of those movies. It's a very diminishing returns movie. For sure. I found each time I've watched it, its approximation has gone down in my head because I'm older and I notice more. I've seen more movies. Yeah. I notice more things that
I think we'll find
are flawed or don't make any sense. Or I still think, as I said, a curiosity. If you're a big horror fan, I would recommend giving it a watch. Once, at least. Even if it's just you and your buddies drinking beers or smoking weed and making fun of it. Yeah. And just watching and then just be like, whoa, that was gnarly!
Yeah, just appreciate it. I think we'll find that kind of sentiment going back to most of those classic horror movies because we're going to. We're going to go back to lots of these and we're going to shit on them because they're going to suck when we
The ones, yes. Some stand the test of time and some are just very much of their time. Yeah. This is a very independent movie. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have a big budget. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have proven talent at the time.
Yeah.
Right. It's just you have a hard time with it. Anyway, I ended up giving it I think a 2 or 2.5 on Letterboxd. So I like it well enough. It's just it's not a great movie, but I think if you were like my dad and went and saw it in the theater in 1981,
mind blowing.
It would have been fucking
huge.
Yeah, you would have been like, "What the fuck?"
When the head exploded, you would shit your pants.
Because if you don't know what's coming,
yeah,
which you wouldn't have.
I didn't, and it was enough to perk me up on a movie I was ready to turn off. And then, also don't gloss over the fact that we are so jaded to movie violence at this point and gore.
Yes.
That something like that means very little. In 1981, that would have been you would have been talking to your friends, you would have been talking to everybody.
This would have been one of those movies, I imagine, where they're like, People were puking in the
That's
aisles.
exactly
People
what
were
happened,
walking
yeah.
out. People were.
Yeah.
People couldn't finish this movie.
Yes.
Well, if they had podcasts in 1981,
Anyway, that takes us to the end of our conversation about David Cronenberg's Scanners. Next week is a Mike Warby pick, and Mike Warby says we're watching Lars von Trier's Antichrist.
Sweet.
Have you seen it, baby?
I've seen it.
Okay, at least so we've all seen it. We all know what's coming. Speaking of body horror, shit's about to get fucked up
That's gonna be
when we watch Antichrist for next episode. But we will see you in
7 days.
And until then,
Keep your eyes open.
and we're out.
Ha 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 ha!